No, I have to tell you something. Grace, honey.
I'm taking them off.
The film opens with two young boys, Daniel and Alex, sprinting through the darkened hallways. Behind them, a wounded man struggles to keep up. Daniel shoves Alex into a cupboard and hides him just before the man catches up and grabs Daniel by the arm, gasping and begging for help. Daniel does not help him. He calls out to the others. Men emerge from the shadows, drive an arrow into the wounded man, and drag him away. He keeps pleading as they haul him down the corridor. Today is a great day. Grace is getting married into the Le Domas family, one of the wealthiest and most powerful dynasties in the country. Her fiancé, Alex, gives her one final opportunity to walk away right before the ceremony. She looks at him, smiles, and says, "No, the wedding is beautiful." They kiss. They are married. Grace is officially a Le Domas. That night, as Grace and Alex are finally alone together in their room, Alex's aunt materializes in the doorway without knocking and informs them that they are being waited for. There is a tradition, Alex explains once she leaves. Every time a new member joins the Le Domas family through marriage, they must play a game together at midnight. It is not optional. The family takes it more seriously than the wedding itself. Grace laughs it off and goes downstairs. The entire family is assembled in the room. Tony tells the story of how the Le Domas fortune began. His great-grandfather was a struggling merchant until he met a man named Mr. LaBelle, who gave him a lacquered box. The deal was simple. Whenever a new member joined the family, a blank card would be placed inside the box, and Mr. LaBelle would determine which game they had to play. Grace's card is placed inside. The box is opened. The card is drawn. Hide and seek. The room goes completely still. Tony explains the rules. Grace hides, and the family seeks. All security cameras have been disabled. Every door in the mansion has been locked. The game begins at midnight and does not end until she is found. Grace thinks this is eccentric but harmless. She goes to find a hiding spot. The family goes to collect their weapons. Alex is the only one who is not armed. While the rest of the family fans out through the mansion, he slips through the servant passages to his room. He finds Grace in the hallway and pulls her inside. Just then a maid comes in. Both hide behind the bed. Then the first gunshot rings out. Grace freezes behind the bed. Alex's sister Emily has fired at someone, a member of the household staff, mistaken for Grace. The family converges, picks up the body efficiently. When the corridor clears, Alex takes her into the hidden servant passages that run behind the walls. Grace demands the truth. Alex gives it to her. The family genuinely believes that if they do not kill the person who draws the hide-and-seek card before dawn, something catastrophic will happen to all of them. He tells her to make for the kitchen. He will unlock the doors from there so she can run. She mistakenly opens the wrong door and reaches the hallway where the family is taking away the body. Tony tries to aim his gun, but Emily appears behind Grace and shoots. Her aim is terrible. Grace ducks and runs away. She goes into a room and takes a gun from there. Grace reaches the kitchen. After trying to fire the gun at a lock, she realizes it is not working. Stevens, the butler, enters the kitchen. She hides behind the counter. She opens the gun, carefully loads it with a bullet, and snaps it shut. Just then, the door unlocks. Stevens walks toward it. Grace levels the gun at him and pulls the trigger. Nothing happens. Stevens calmly tells her that it is a display weapon. Grace grabs a kettle and smashes it into his face. She runs. Tony and Daniel bang on the security room door. Alex picks up a fire extinguisher and destroys the security system. They break into the room, knock him unconscious, and handcuff him to a bed frame. Stevens reports that the security system cannot be repaired. The doors are now open. The family adjusts. They will simply have to hunt her the old-fashioned way. Grace makes it outside into the estate grounds and finds the barn. She slips in and hides. Then one of Emily's young children steps out of the shadows. Thinking he is harmless, she comes out. The child shoots her through the hand. Grace knocks him out. Just then, a goat charges her from the darkness and sends her tumbling into a pit. The pit is full of bodies, old ones piled at the bottom. Grace climbs the ladder, but it breaks halfway, leaving her hanging. She climbs out anyway. She makes it to the main gate, finds a broken section in the fence, squeezes through, and flags down a passing car. The driver speeds away. Grace runs into the woods. Stevens follows in a car. He finds her and drives straight at her. When he gets out to finish the job, Grace gets behind him and chokes him until he collapses. She takes the car. She hits the emergency button. The operator on the other end tells her the vehicle has been reported stolen and remotely shuts down the engine. Grace sits there stranded on a dark road. Stevens comes back, breaks the window, and hits her with a tranquilizer dart. Stevens puts the family on a video call and drives back toward the estate with Grace in the back seat. She wakes up, kicks him from behind, and the car swerves off the road and rolls over. Grace crawls out of the wreckage and finds Daniel standing. He knocks her unconscious. Grace wakes up strapped to a ceremonial altar. Tony stands over in robes, chanting, and one by one the family members drink from a large pot. Tony raises the knife. Then the family starts vomiting blood. Every one of them, all at once. Daniel poisoned the pot. He unstraps Grace and walks her toward the door. Charity follows them out and shoots Daniel. Grace grabs her arm, disarms her, and knocks her down. Daniel tells Grace to keep running. She does. Tony cuts her off. Grace swings a lantern at him. He is knocked back. The room catches fire behind her. She pushes deeper into the house. Becky grabs her from behind and wraps both hands around her throat. Grace seizes a nearby box and beats her with it until she is barely recognizable. Just then, Alex walks into the room. He has freed himself. Grace looks at him, the man who gave her an out before the wedding and then stood by while his family hunted her all night. He moves toward her and grabs her. Then he calls out to the family. The rest of the family closes in. They pin her to a table. Alex's aunt places a knife in Alex's hand. He raises it over Grace. He brings it down, and Grace moves and the blade goes into her shoulder instead of her chest. She pulls it out. She stands up. She backs into a corner. Alex's aunt walks to the window and throws open the curtains. Dawn has broken. The family exchange uncertain glances. They did not complete the game before sunrise. Whatever punishment Mr. LaBelle promised for failure is coming. They wait. Nothing happens. They begin looking at each other, confused. Maybe the curse was never real. Maybe all of this was for nothing. Then the aunt explodes. Then the others, one after another, is bursting apart in rapid succession. Grace starts laughing. Alex turns toward her. He is the last one standing. He reaches for her hand and begins to beg. He explodes too. The mansion is fully ablaze by the time Grace walks out through the front doors. She is covered in blood.